Hello everybody, I'm going to be on the radio in 2 hours on Home Time Radio, and I would love to invite you to be part of my show called Miracle Guidance for Everyday Life. It's a show which tonight will talk about empowerment. I think more than ever right now we need to feel empowered. We go through difficult times in life, and it's like losing our power when we face adversities, when we go through losses, through financial crisis, when we have problems with the diseases like the pandemic we are going right now. We feel disempowered. So the topic that I chose tonight is showing you that life is about win and gain, is about fight, and it's about weaknesses and strength. Because life is never perfect. It's always algebra. It's always minus and plus. And I should probably say that life, it's a constant fight. It's a constant battle between the good and bad. So I will try to give you tips and exercises to empower you in a moment in which we really need to access that energy within ourselves to make us feel strong again. Because that power is something that can be never taken away from you. And sometimes we feel more powerful under pressure. Sometimes we feel more powerful when we are facing adversities. But power is something that exists, as I said, within ourselves, and we need to know how to access it. So when you go through a rough time, you are tempted to believe that you will never break through, that you are weak, that you are lost. And this is the way we get lost through life, when we experience difficulties. But the more you overcome, the more you go through the challenge, the more you fight, the stronger you become. The more you overcome, the stronger you become. Because some people say, oh, I can't do it, I'm weak, I'm not strong enough. So they set their minds in motion that they cannot overcome a situation. The time we are living in are very difficult, but let's go back through centuries and let's acknowledge how much humanity was able to overcome by building empires, by creating technologies, to overcome life-threatening diseases, by overcoming war, World War I, World War II, by overcoming other pandemics. And that's only a part of our potential, because mankind has so much potential. The collective mind of the planet has so much potential. But whenever we are so tested, and so tested collectively, we feel like we can't do it anymore. We're at the end of our rope. We don't see the light. Reality is that we are going towards the era of the light. The 2,000 years of darkness are coming to an end. The era of the subconscious mind, the era of the Pisces, according to astrology, is ending. And almost like it ended already, but we're in transition to what? To the era of Aquarius, which is what? The era of enlightenment. So what we close, we close the 12 and starting the 11th house. Now the 11 is a number that you see all the time. If you look at the clock, everybody's telling me, I see 1111. What do I see 1111? What's 1111 meaning? Why we had so many presidents with the numerology 1111? Michelle Obama, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, Prince Charles, Ronald Reagan, to go on and on and on with presidents and people in a position of power, from spiritual leaders of the world, Jesus Christ, Buddha, who's here, whose their numerology was actually number 1111. So 1111 symbolizes there is a beautiful era ahead of us. But we're afraid to see it because we're trapped in this moment of collapse. We're in the chaos right now. But chaos is always followed you know, by progress. So we are progressive. Consequently, we're going to end this time and we're going to move forward into a better time in our evolution. Life on earth is all about timing. And we need to understand the concept of time. I need to understand that everything is temporary. So what's happening for us is temporary. And I'm going to chat with you in a moment, but I want to make my point. So the people in this world who had a vision of their future, who had goals in moment of difficulties, are the doers and the names of the names that resonate in our minds. People that we mention on a daily basis because they inspire us. And you can be inspiration for the people in your family, in the community. You can be inspiration by the way you fight in this very moment for the well-being of all of us and for the well-being of yourself. So remember that you are more powerful than you can imagine. Remember that you're more powerful during adversities. Remember that power cannot be taken away from you. Remember the power is your birthright. It's because it's within you. All you need to do is access the power. So you're going to ask me, how do I access my power? You access your power by acknowledging that you have it and by not allowing all the dark emotion, all that shadow within you to take over. If you allow negative feelings, especially fear, anxiety, lack of confidence, inability to transcend this moment and envision anything else, if you allow that, then you're trapped in those negative feelings. And you know, emotions, at the end of the day, and negative ones can control us, which we don't want. We don't want negative emotion to control us. We need to overcome negative emotion by embracing them. So tell your fear, I love you. I love you, fear. Come here. Let me hug you because I cannot hug anybody anyhow. So let me embrace my fear. So let me connect with my weakest point and build my strength so I can expand my power. I can unleash my power. I can harness my power. I can bring it out to the surface. And I can have, in the midst of a tragedy, I can have a goal. I can have something to achieve. I can be a participant in transforming the world we are living in. And that makes you feel great. That makes you feel good. Even telling people to relax, even telling people to feel good about themselves, it becomes a mission. Because we are finally together. We are all sent home. You know, we are all like kind of in prison in a way right now, in their homes. For what reason? To reflect upon everything we've done. To reflect about our problems, the deep wounds that exist within ourselves. To think, what can we do? How can we exactly connect? Which is the right way to connect to each other. We've been connecting to each other in the wrong way. We've been so superficial. We've been so vicious toward each other. We've been so angry and negative and jealous of each other. So this is why all of this is happening to us. Disease means disconnect. Diseases are a way in which we're not connected to ourselves. So humanity created a pandemic. This didn't come from anywhere else. It was definitely not from the divine world. Was definitely not coming from the nature. Was definitely not sent to us by the animal world. Because look around, the nature is fine, the animal world, the kingdom is fine, everything is fine. We are the only ones suffering because we live in an era of a self-destructive behavior. That is a reflection of 2,000 years of wrongdoing, 2,000 years of suffering, 2,000 years of bad karma, to put it this way. And karma is a law of the universe, you know, is one of those many laws. I wrote a book called The 11 Principles, the 11 laws of the universe, the real laws, not the laws that we live by, the man-made laws, the human laws, the laws that are unfair, that are incorrect, not those laws. We don't care about those laws. We need to know what's exactly happening here with us right now in terms of where we go from here. and have a correct perspective of the future. Because this is the only way we're going to cross the bridge to the new era. So the era of the last 2,000 years of darkness is coming to an end, opening the door to the era of peace. After thousands and thousands of years, finally, but there is a but. We're on the bridge still. We're on that crossing moment. We have another 13 years. 13 years in which the world will change like it didn't change in 13,000 years. It's going to change in such a magnificent way. We cannot imagine this because we couldn't imagine this pandemic. Not in our wildest imagination. No one could have ever imagined anything like this, anything of this magnitude. And nobody can imagine the ramification of this problem that we are dealing and we are facing at every level of that society, from your individual level into the global level, into the financial level, into the religious aspect of the society, the political, and so on and so forth. So everything, the way life was structured on earth, is shaking from the ground. And this is something so intense and so powerful, and this is something that should be discussed, not the way the news are discussing it, not the way people, journalists are trying to discuss it, because they don't embrace the spiritual aspect of it. They only deliver news, and news are not always correctly understood by us because they are filtrated through the emotional side of us. So there's so much to say, and I want you to know that life on earth is, as I said, in transition. In the year 2000, I was writing a book called Everyday Karma, and I was interviewed by William Norwich from New York Times, who asking me how the world looks in the years ahead. And I told him, I see we're in transition. I told him till 2033 the world is changing dramatically, and we are crossing the bridge till 2033. But crossing a bridge between an era to another era, it's a very difficult thing to do. And I said, I told this man, and this exists in the press, and I'm going to actually make you a copy and attach it to this live video right after this, so that you can see it, what I said 2003, 17 years ago. I said, if humanity is not crossing this bridge correctly with wisdom, then this can be a catastrophic situation. And we need to wake up to the aspect of it that can lead to a catastrophic experiment. And we cannot afford that. So if we're awake, if we're aware, we can make this a positive, create a positive outcome. But for that, we need to be together. We need to be together. We cannot be isolated. We cannot be afraid. We cannot be dominated by all kinds of emotion and believe that the world is all around us. This is affecting us equally, no matter that we have money, we don't have money, we are young, we are old. Doesn't matter the age, the religion, the sex, the financial status. None of this have any resonance of the way, you know what I mean, we cross the bridge. Everybody crosses the bridge to their level of understanding the truth about life itself. So that's one of the reasons I'm always doing these lives, to make you understand, make you really understand what matters most for all of us right now. Nothing matters as much. No, how should I say, possession don't even matter at this point, because we come to a point, and we will get to a point in which there's gonna be equilibrium of we haven't seen balance in this world. This world lost complete balance when it comes to money. The world belonging to 1%, and the rest struggling for survival. So this became based on our man-made laws. Again, our man-made laws were so unfair that it created a very unfair world. And the world like this cannot go way too far, and it cannot go ahead in the years ahead, because when we reach the era of enlightenment, this type of man-made laws are not gonna survive. So that's why something like this has been created, and it happened, and it had to happen so that it will produce the collapse of a wrong system and some wrong principles that the world was based on. So you will see all of this falling in place in a number of years from now, but you're going to start seeing this unfolding as we speak. And the world is not going to go back to the way the world was. I said this a million times. Don't think we go back and live the way we used to live last year or 3 years ago or 5 years ago. It's not going to happen. We're only moving forward and discover new ways. But we are a resilient creature. We have that power within ourselves to recreate and transform. Think how many times we recreated life on earth. We've been to all kinds of disaster. We lived, you know, difficult times, and we made it better than we could have ever imagined. And this time is way better than mankind can imagine. If we come as one, if we understand that oneness is our saving grace, that totality, unity is our saving grace, that being dissociated by different types of leadership, being dissociated by different belief systems, belonging to different groups makes us believing that we are different, that we should fight against each other because of the color of the skin, because of the religion belief, because of the background, because of where we're coming from. So this is something that this doesn't come from God. We have to dissociate what we created because of our way of thinking and what has been implemented within ourselves by the society, by the background, by the family, by our families, and so on and so forth. And what is the imprint, the karmic imprint that we all carry through centuries? And why we reach a turning point in which we cannot move forward the way we've been programmed for such a long time? So yes, there is a major turnaround, you know what I mean, and a major breakthrough. Somebody's asking me what books do I recommend to understand karma better. My books, I wrote a book called Everyday Karma that explains in simpler terms the concept of karma. So Everyday Karma is my first book, published over 20 years ago. I do have another book that touches upon the concept of karma called The 11 Principles, that defines the concept of karma versus the law of attraction, versus the law of unity, versus the law of non-locality, versus the law of harmony, and so on and so forth, and takes into consideration the role that every single divine law plays one versus each other. So, and how they complement each other and create the harmony of the world we are living in. That's why the universe is so harmonious. Only life on earth has so much discord, has so much killing and so much darkness. And this has, as I said, has to come to an end, because it escalated to a point in which we cannot continue to live this way. So these are the books that I recommend. But there are beautiful books out there written by wonderful teachers of this world. And for instance, I love Deepak Chopra, who's such an amazing mind. He wrote amazing books on all kinds of topics. And I also want you to educate yourself on the concept of spirituality, what it is to understand the life of your soul, of yourself, of your spirit, and understand who you are, what are you here for, what are your goals, what is your mission. So trying to get to know you before you learn anything from any book. So before you go and read something from a book, try to educate yourself in a field that everybody should look into right now. So hi Carolina from Ecuador, I love you. I'm going to go to your questions in a moment. I'm here, Maria, because I want to share something that I always thought that is important to be shared. It's significant to share, you know, what you thought you are born to share and that you thought is in your heart, and it's something that we all need to know right now. So let me go to your questions. I know your questions are about your own life, and I totally understand. And it's significant to understand the way you relate yourself in the perspective of the world. Because if you say, well, I have to get married, I have to have three kids, but then look at the world you are living in. Do you want to bring this 3 kids in this world? Or project the world that is even way better than this world, and then you're going to have 10 kids in this world. So I'm trying to say that, yes, the world ahead is so much better than the last hundreds of years that humanity has been going through. So you like my Buddha? Yeah. He's such a funny guy. I mean, he's kind of a little bit naked, but he's just he doesn't have hair. So, but you know, the philosophy of Buddhism, I studied that when I came to America. I was young, and I was so fascinated with all kinds of cultures. And I came from an Orthodox family, but I was baptized Catholic because my father was Catholic, my mother was Orthodox. But then when I came here, I saw all kinds of people who believed in different things, and I was so intrigued, and I went ahead and learned about that, and at the end of the day, I reached my own conclusion. Oh my God, God is not a person, is not actually, it's just a totality of the universe, it's the perfection of this universe. So then I realized that, and I started to believe in incarnation, because I always believed that I lived in another life. I was a singer in France. And so I believe that. And I continue to believe that my speaking French the way I do, and my fascination with singing opera and all of that comes from my previous life, in which I was a singer, opera singer in Paris. So Paris. So thank you, Luminos, for your beautiful words. Thank you, I appreciate it. So, oh my God, there's so many of you. I love you guys. Thank you. I'm so excited. Hi, Mimi. Hi, Andrea. All my beautiful friends here. Hi, Roxana. Hi, Getuzza Toma, Maya, La Cremiara, Madalena. Hi, Laura. Hi, Nelly. Hi, Mr. I think Yoni. Kami, Mirella, hi Mirella, Isabella. I don't think you had COVID. I just don't think you had it. There's so fear of this virus that everybody thinks they somehow have it. There's an obsession. It became something compulsive. People are, for a moment, for the 3 months, there are no other diseases other than COVID-19. We don't know of heart attack, we don't know a breathing problem, we only know of COVID. That's all we know. Maya, you're telling me that you had bad luck. You know, when you think you had bad luck, you have bad luck. It's something that we think, we implement in our minds. You know, and a way to break through is shifting the belief. So telling yourself every single day, oh, I am very lucky, and I'm going to break the bad luck, and from now on, I am powerful. From now on, I'm going to access power. From now on, I'm going to bring all the wisdom in my life, all the luck in my life. I bought this bracelet. I want to show it to you. That has all the symbols of, do you see it? I don't know, there's too much light on my computer. I don't know why. But you see it, it has a dragon symbol. It has all the signs of the prosperity. So this is something that brings people good luck. Wear it because the hands charge with energy. You want to be intuitive, wear this color. Buy a ring that has this color. You want to love, buy something that is red. You want to wear something that is wear the amethyst. You want to release energies, buy all kinds of stones. This is from Himalaya, believe it or not. It's a piece of quartz that's from there. I have so many stones in my home, all kinds of stones, all kinds of colors, all kinds of you know, they carry different energy. If you see them, they're so beautiful. You know, nature created everything to heal us. Do you see these amazing colors of stones and coming from different rocks from the earth? They have abilities and properties to heal different problems in the physical body. We have points of energy called chakras. There are actually 9 chakras, not 7. There's one on the top of the head, the one here, there's one here, there's one around the heart, there's one in the solar plexus, the center of the energy, and there are 2 chakras in the hands. So actually, you know, these chakras, they do represent points of the way the body is feeding on the energy from the universe. And I want you to know that it's very important to charge your body with the energy of the universe. You see, these stones, this is like a protective stone. It's like protecting yourself from the bad vibes from people who wish you bad. And there's a lot of people, you know, in this world who want to harm you, they want to hurt you. So carnelian, for instance, this is such a stone for prosperity too. So I'm showing you all kinds of stones because I have like tons of them all over my house. There's like, what can I say? Look at them. There's so many of them. You know, it's like I don't know if you see. I don't know how to show them to you. I can make. Oh, I'm so bad at this. So bad. I don't know. Do you see them? So I'm just trying to show some of them. My house is full of stones because, as I said, they carry a certain frequency and they open doors to the channel of energy. So, Maya, lots of love from the United States. I love you. From the UK, love you. I love you. Hi, Consuela. I love you. Hi, Janina. Alexandra, Anka. Alexandra, major changes for you, especially September, October. Things that you're putting on hold for the last 4 years. These are relevant for you. Somebody 2 years younger coming in your life for different reasons. You have to look into that and let me know. Hi, Valerie Brown. Hi, Ioana Eckner. I love you. Maya, so that's your birthday, 5/5. You're in the year of change. So it's interesting that you're born on the 5th month, on the day of a 5th, and you have you're in the year 4, in the year 5. So 555. Yeah, 3 times 5, which 5 means breaking through, liberation, the 5th dimension, cutting cord to the past, let go of the things that you don't need. You know what I recommend? Go home, get rid of everything you don't need. Sometimes we store, and I do the same. You store all the things in your home that actually you don't need anymore. So get rid of the stuff that you're done with, you're tired of. Hi, Andrea Buicianu, Ioana Munteanu, hola from Madrid. ¿Cómo está? Yo estoy tan cansada. Laura Lupante, Poop, Madalena, how you go to another level? Yeah, that's a good question. Well, you go to another level by acknowledging that there are different levels. So there's a low level of consciousness in which you see the wall in front of your eyes, or you look in front of you and you see this Buddha. You don't see anything else. But the moment you close your eyes, you can see anything else. You can start to perceive a different world and create a different reality. So what I'm trying to say is that make sure that you actually use the power of the mind to envision a different world and something beyond this reality. Hi, Mihaela, you are at the end of a life cycle. Don't make a major move yet for at least another year. Just hold on. Just make sure you know your father might have something that he needs to see a doctor for. It's nothing dramatic, but there's something he needs to do. And let me know if you have a brother, somebody's getting married. Andrea, Financially, hold on to the next year. That's going to be very good financially for you, Andrea. Flory, your husband is a little bit demoralized. Tell him to hold on. This year might not be the year for him, not because of a COVID, because of a situation in which he doesn't feel he breaks through right now. You know, we have years in our life when we feel like we're not getting what we want. But as we, if you're writing me in Turkish, I tell you, this is a language that I have problems understanding. I probably have been Turkish in another life and I completely I completely forgot it, but I'm just joking. I remember being at the Turkish television in the 79 or something like this to sing a song in Turkish, and I did such a bad job because that language seemed so difficult to me. I'm so sorry. I'm just honest. I have somebody writing me in Turkish. So Flory, coming back to your husband, so he needs to hold on to a better year. 2 partners for a business will come in his life. Gabriela, yes, you're gonna have, you have, it's funny, you are meant to have 3 kids, trebuie să ai 3 copii, but at least 1 will come into your life, if not 2, so hold on to that. Hi Maria from Bucharest. You know what comes in my mind, that is, did somebody passed away in your family recently or in the last 2 years? I don't know why this is coming to me. Larissa, yeah, you make a change this year, 100%. It's one of those years. Ioana, you asking me still about my Buddha guy here. Hi Carolina, I send you love back to Ecuador. I have so many friends in Ecuador. That's a country that I've been on television in Ecuador, and then I have a lot of people there writing to me. Ever since that, thousands of people write to me from Ecuador. This is my fan page, so I need to speak in English. Ioana Eichner, blah, blah, blah. I want you to blah, blah like me if you can. I invite you. At least for 3 seconds. If you're capable, I'll applaud you. But I'm sure you cannot blah, blah, by anything other than these 2 words. So I feel actually sorry for people who are hurting other people. And that's why the world is not going the right way, because people hurt other people and they're jealous and angry of other people. And it's so sad. But it's a reality. And this has to stop. People like this, you know what I mean, are losing the chance of stepping into the new world. People who are mean and are cruel are going to be left behind, because we're not going to welcome bad people in a beautiful world. There's no room for jealousy. There's no room for angry. There's no room for people killing people. There's no room for people killing somebody else's soul and dreams and desires. In an ideal world, there's no room for stupidity. There's no room for fear. There's no room for any of this. So we need to make our mind what kind of a world we're gonna create, and cut off the bad people and let them go and live somewhere else on another planet, but not here. Here is a beautiful planet, and we decided to live in a different way, and that's it. Maria, you have a lot of questions here. I want to start with you. Actually, this year is good from the end of the year all the way to the end of the next year, and I can tell that you're going to build a new home. You're going to buy land and build a house. But don't forget, if I tell you this, you really have to do it. Don't just say, oh, I'm not going to do it. Then you're not going to do it and my prediction doesn't come true. It's your decision not to make it happen. I tell people, go get married, but they have to get married. If they don't do it, it's not up to us. It's up to them. So, okay. Luminitsa, so you like the guy behind me. I got it. Andrea, I love you. I'm just gonna look what's happening to you right now. It's a good year for you, all the way down to the spring of a next year. Hi, Christina. You back with your ex? Well, that's probably because you need to resolve something. Is it good to go back? I think it's good to go back, at least for now, to see what is left unresolved, because I feel like something is left in the air and it hasn't been resolved between you two. So I want you to think about that. So always, whenever you're forced to go back to a situation, do it. Don't stop it from happening, because if there's some unresolved issues that linger within your consciousness, those things represent a blockage. Imagine like not being healed from a disease and carrying a previous disease, you know, that will create a chronic problem into your body. So yeah, from Ecuador, Carolina Rodas, you're telling me that it's bad over there in Ecuador. Yeah, it's really not looking good, because we live in this era in which people are expressing they protest against what's happening in the world. So that's what you see in Ecuador. But I will tell you that that situation gets better at the fall of the next year. So at the end, it will get better. Jaira Luca, Rudolf Schneider is a good on spirituality. That's true. There are many wonderful people who wrote amazing books and made a lot of statements about the spiritual world. So look for them. Just Google spirituality and you're gonna find amazing authors and many thinkers, you know, who will guide you towards rediscovering your own self. Hi, Elena, Diana, Basca, I love you. So let me see what's happening to you. Happy birthday, was your birthday, and I wish you the best. It's a year to have some healing. There's something you need to heal. Something happened to you 3 or 5 years ago. Go back and try to heal in order to move forward. I see you in a relationship with somebody that's born in the fall. November comes to my mind, and who's around the year and something older than you, has an M or G name. Tell me who that is. Luca Crino, yeah, my recommendation are just look for some major name out there, people talking about explaining the concepts of this spiritual existence, because if you don't understand it, you get trapped into the definition. Maya Torok, you asked me about compatibility. I think it is true love. I'm trying to see whether this is gonna work or not. I'm a little bit it takes a little bit of time to do the calculation, and I cannot afford to spend like 7-10 minutes on you. But I do think there is a good connection here, and if it is working, that should work right away. Olympia, you're asking me, what should each of us change to ourselves and the world to cross the bridge in good condition? Yeah, so we need, first of all, we need to acknowledge the meaning of a bridge. A bridge is a transition, is a transitory, exactly like you go from one world into the next, but there are two opposites worlds. This is one world, and that in order to get to the next world, there's a difficult task, there's a difficult bridge that you need to cross. And if you don't know how to cross that bridge, then you can sink, that you can never get to the other world. So that's why I think that this bridge not being crossed properly, we can all sink. So it can be catastrophic for mankind, who can never get to the next level. That's why all the prediction of mankind stop here. There's nothing left. Everything ends here. So either we do succeed to cross the bridge, or after 2033, now the only one who pretty much saw the world out there coming in full force was actually Nostradamus, who predicted that 1,000 years of peace. But there's another prediction that predicted 6,000 years of peace. And I personally see the world, that we will be able to cross the bridge, but not everybody's gonna cross the bridge. So that's one of the reasons that we do see a lot of lives being lost. And that's just the beginning of what we can see in terms of lives being lost. So, but people can be saved. You can save your life if you understand where are you in right now, which situation you are in right now, what can you actually do to save yourself and the people in your life, and how you need to act and how you need to respond, and how you and acknowledging you're on the bridge, and it's not an easy thing to be on this bridge right now, because it's very shaken and it's a very dangerous journey, and but it can be done, and you have to find all the strength. That's why I do the show tonight called Empowerment, to empower ourselves to be able to get where we're meant to get. So I want to see how much time I have left, because I need to go on the show very, very soon. So I have to send you a big kiss and leave it here, because my show starts very quickly. I promise in 2 days I'll come back and we'll do another live and come up with all your questions. Feel free to call my show if you want, 202-570-7057. Marina, yes, you will have kids. Carolina read us a lot of love. Mihaela, Konstantin, there's a lot of love coming your way. I should say that, not to worry about that. Monica Boscan, your husband goes through quite a lot of changes, but they are for his own good. You're gonna see that coming relatively quickly. Roxana, you're at crossroad with your husband. I can see that, but hang in there. Don't give up on him. That's not what I suggest you should do. There's so many of you. Unfortunately, my show will start, so I have to go to my show. I so love you guys, and God bless you, and stay strong, and just keep on eating well, keep on exercising, keep on doing visualization, keep on do the right affirmation in which you tell yourself that you way stronger than your suffering and then your pain, and then you overcome this, and fight, in your mind to see the positive, embrace your negative emotions. So do your work, try to help other people. It's gonna make you feel so much better about yourself. I love you. I'm Carmen Harra. I'll be on Time Radio very shortly. I'll be with you guys very soon. I adore you, I love you, stay safe, and thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you listening and watching and having questions for me. I'm very, very honored and grateful for everything and for being in my life. God bless you. Thank you so much.